Welcome to this week's episode of Simply Ann. Today I have a Mother's Day card for you since Mother's Day is coming up on May 12th, which is technically the baby's due date, so that's kind of coincidental. But anyway, I have a Happy Mother's Day card using some die cuts. This is the Sweet Treat Pockets template. It's got a little pull-out tag, and the inside is blank for personalizing your own greeting. So I'll be using the brand new Grapefruit double-sided paper pack, which is right here. And this is actually half of it. You're getting two of each sheet. I'm just showing you all the different patterns. Those are the fronts, and these are the backs. And some grapefruit ribbons, grapefruit die cuts. Now these are really fun. Some of them are really intricate. They've got some evacuated areas here, so you're getting some pretty thin shapes and swirls. And it's a really thick cardstock weight, so those are really nice and easy to pop out, and you can, you know, always scrape those nibs down or clip them off if you like. The Sweet Treat Pockets template, and we will be making that pocket on the front of the card. And yeah, so that's the 4 main items that I'm going to be using. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to use is the Sweet Treat Pockets template. Now this is clear. I've set it on this just plain piece of white cardstock so you could actually see the title and the words on it. But it's actually clear, so you can see through it to whatever paper you want to trace it on. I'm going to use this tiny orange dot paper, and it's got the pink version on the back. So I'm going to place my ice cream cone shape somewhere near the corner of my paper. And the shape is not just this cone, but it's got these flaps that come out to here, and those are what make the pocket for your Sweet Treat pocket. So I'm just going to go ahead and trace all my lines with a pencil. And don't forget the fold lines. It helps to kind of take a peek under the template once you're done to make sure you've got all the lines you need. For example, don't forget the lines along the cone here, and that's a fold line. Alright, so after I trace this, I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. So I've got my shape all cut out, and this is the side that's actually going to be showing on the cone portion. And my ice cream looks like it's going to be some sort of strawberry flavor since it's so nice and pink. But what I'm going to do now is just lightly score these fold lines so that they'll be more easy to fold. So I'm just going to line up my metal edged ruler with the line, take the back of my X-Acto knife and lightly drag it along the ruler just once. This is regular weight scrapbooking paper, so it doesn't need a lot of help to fold. And then one more here for the flap. Okay. So I'm going to fold inwards towards the pink. So you can fold that, see how it folds nice and sharply. Fold that in. Fold this in. So you fold in the large flap this way first, then this flap goes over, and then the tab gets glued to the back, and you have a magical little pocket there. So what to put in the pocket? Well, the template includes a little ice cream cone tag, and that's this clear shape right here. So you can put that in the pocket, or you could put, you know, a little tag of your own with a message on it, maybe a homemade gift certificate or something like that would be fun. Before I glue my pocket together, I'm gonna use some ink on the edges of the cone here. and the ice cream to make it look a little more three-dimensional. So I'm going to take my Timber Brown StazOn and just dab a cosmetic sponge on there. Get some ink on your sponge and then simply dab or swipe, whichever you prefer, along the edge of whatever you want to ink, and it'll give you a nice shading. So if I ink this edge and this edge here, I'll get that nice outline. And I'll probably ink the outer edges as well. But just to show you, see how it kind of defines these two shapes instead of it all kind of running together. So I'm using Timber Brown on my cone, and I'll use Berrylicious for the edges of the ice cream here to give that a little more definition. So now I've got my ice cream cone all inked up, and I can glue this together, just gluing that back flap onto the back of it. And now I'm going to create a second scoop for my ice cream cone. And it says right here, double scoop ice cream. And I'm going to use the hot pink sheet from the Grapefruit paper pack to cut that out. And then I'm going to also ink the edges just like I did for the first scoop. Now I'm going to cover the front of my card completely with this really pretty black circles paper. Got my card covered, and I just cut about a 2-inch wide strip of this striped paper, and I'm just going to glue that along the bottom. Then I'll just trim off the excess here. You can do this either with scissors or your knife and a ruler. That's easy enough. Now I've gone through the Grapefruit die cuts sheet, and I've punched out this large one right here, and I've already printed on it Happy Mother's Day. And that's going to go down here. And my ice cream cone is going to go right here, sort of overlapping that tag. So with this in place, I'm going to go ahead and glue down this die cut piece. And I'm really liking how bright and bold this card is looking already. Maybe right about there. Now I'm going to use another flower from the die cut sheet to top my ice cream cone. So instead of a cherry, I've got a little flower here. I'm just going to glue that to the top. Or actually I'm going to foam tape it to the top to give it a little more dimension. So I've glued down my ice cream cone and foam taped that on the top of it. And we're almost done with the front of the card, but we need something to go inside the pocket here. So I've punched out this cute little label, and I've written I love you on it. Glued a little bow at the top, or I guess side. And that's just going to tuck right into the ice cream cone for your mother or the recipient to just pull out and read as a fun little surprise. And that's the fun thing about the sweet treat pockets. You don't know what's inside until you pull it out. So I'm just gluing on a 2-inch strip of the black circle pattern on the top. And same as always, we'll trim off the excess. And I've also punched out this really beautiful swirl die cut. And that's gonna go right about there to leave you some room to write. And I'm also going to use this border die cut across the bottom. And that'll be pretty much it for the inside. One more thing before you glue down this die cut. I'm weaving this orange kind of loopy, lacy ribbon through it. Just like that. So I'm actually going to make the ribbon on the edge of the black paper here. And I'm going to glue it down like that, just for another added detail. And I'm going to use my zips. So one of my favorite tools of the trade, if you will. So I'm going to cut just enough for the width of my card. So got caught in the ribbon there. Okay, so right about there. Now there's the sticky strip on my strip here, so I'm going to turn it over, make sure I'm eyeballing it correctly, and stick it down right about there. Peel off the backing. And I'm actually going to bring in my this is the Imagicut ribbon cutter. Turn that on so the light comes on. And I'm going to cut the end of this ribbon. So I'm going to place it down, wait about 3 seconds, press down the button, release quickly, and oops. Now it did melt, it just got a little string on the end, but it is melted. So that seals the end of my ribbon. Turn that off after you use it. And before I glue this down, I do want to put some glue stick on the back of the die cut itself, since that part itself isn't sticky. So may want to do this over some scratch paper, not like I am right now, but I'm just going to quickly put some dots of glue just on the edges and things, and you can always add a little more after it's down if it keeps popping up or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start sticking down my ribbon. Now I'm going to make sure this is kind of woven how I like it. Make sure this is centered. Looks pretty good. And go ahead and stick the rest down. Okay, so I can't use the ribbon cutter on this end because it's already stuck down. It's kind of hard to do an exact length. But since it's already all stuck down with the zips, I'm not going to worry about it all that much, since that dry sticky glue is going to keep that down. So the inside is a place where you can write a personal message to your mom, or if you want to change this to a different occasion, it would work perfectly for a birthday card or any other celebration. So I do like that the labels come blank so that you can personalize them. So that tucks right in there, and it's ready to go in an envelope, and after you write your greeting, be sent off to your recipient. So everyone, thanks for watching this episode of Simply Anne. This is the front of the card, just a closer look at it. And now I'm going to just go through the savings bundle, which is a special offer for this week. and it contains the items that I used on this card. So stay tuned and I'll see you next week. One of the most exciting parts of the bundle this week is the new Grapefruit paper pack. Now this is a double-sided paper pack, so you're getting, I'm just showing you one of each sheet, but you will be getting 2 of each of the 6 sheets for a total of 12. And if you do the math, you're getting 12 different designs because each of the sheets have 2 sides. So this one is a very fun, kind of like a firework effect in the corner. On the back we've got an orange pattern. This one is also very whimsical. It's got circles of different pieces of patterns. On the back, kind of just a random dot pattern. And then a circle tile type pattern with lots of tiny little swirl details. On the back, a textured black. Then we have a black circle pattern with a pink and black dot. Orange tiny dot with the pink tiny dot on the back. And we have the stripes made of dots with hot pink on the back. So all of those colors and patterns to choose from are in the double-sided paper pack. Then of course we have the Sweet Treat Pockets template, which gives you templates for each of these 3 shapes: the ice cream cone, sweet little cupcake, and the cafe mocha latte. Now to go with the grapefruit papers, we also have the grapefruit die cuts. And these come with 62 die cuts on 2 sheets. So this is 1 sheet, and in your package you get 2 of these for a total of 62 shapes. So each sheet would have 31 shapes. And they do pop out quite easily, and you can just slice off those little nibs. It's very easy. And then finally, to go with the papers, we have a ribbon set, the grapefruit ribbons. And this is such a new set that I don't have all the ribbons with me. I only have a scattering of them, but you will be getting 3 times as many different patterns of ribbons and types than you're seeing here. So this is just a sampling of the grapefruit ribbons. And those 4 items are what make up this week's bundle. So I hope you guys have fun with it. I really like the color combination, and it's very bright and bold, which I also like. And the Sweet Treat Pockets you can't really go wrong with. So hope you guys have fun. Thanks for watching.